Welcome to another episode of Industrial Amputation, where you can always expect the unexpected. Today, we are honored to have Industrial EDM royalty joining us. From KMFDM Pigface, Pig, and Slick Idiot, it's Esch. Along with three-time guest and show favorite from Abstinence and also Slick Idiot, we welcome back Mr. Michael Carrasquillo. They're both here today to discuss the new album, Dance Hall Push, available from pre-order, or available now on Metropolis or on Bandcamp. So go pick it up.
Exactly. Pre-order is available, of course, but then physical copies will be, I think, September 27th.
Yeah. By the time the show airs, it'll be on. So
very good.
And so, gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Welcome. It's absolutely an honor to have you here. Levi,
my pleasure.
Love. Do you prefer Esch?
Yeah, sure.
Esch?
You can call me Esch.
Okay.
But I'm only Nick for closer people.
Excellent. Well,
I mean,
Levi
you're close enough, but I mean,
yeah, Levi sends his love and apologies. He's not able to be here today. But he does send his love.
I hope he feels good. I'm better, and I'm so sorry. I miss seeing him, man. Miss seeing him.
No, he misses you too. He talks about you all the time. So
I can imagine.
Yeah. Joey, you want to kick this off?
Sure. So you began working on this album early during the COVID-19 pandemic and sought to make a danceable album to leave those days behind. A war began near you. Which changed the trajectory of this record? Can you please tell us about that?
Well, it's very simple. We have a war like 500 miles away from here. 500 miles. So you cannot even imagine it over there. It's, permanently headlines. There's every day there's people dying, 150, 50, 200, whatever, on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's like Gaza, same thing. But I mean, in that case, it's 500 miles away.
Yeah.
So I'm in Berlin, so I'm close to the border to Poland. I leave Poland, I leave to Poland, and then I cross Poland, and I'm there. So it's very depressing. And you see that kind of like injustice happening and all this kind of unbalanced kind of like strongman behavior and all this stuff. That's like exactly the key to the whole thing. They're, again, stereotype, toxic masculinity, but it's exactly the problem.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what the stuff is popping up everywhere in the world. In Germany, the right wings are getting a lot of votes. Like, oh, and Trump likes the Putin, and like, oh yeah, a real man, and bitches. We don't whine, we just fake all the time. It's just like push and never give in, never basically admit to do something wrong. And that's, who likes that?
Yeah. I'm sorry you were affected by that. That's
totally, no doubt about it, man.
And
it's just like there's like I think there were like 2 million Ukrainians can't come into fucking Germany.
Yeah. And
Germany made it easy for them to enter. Like usually, like you have like a big deal when you come here, and you have to fill out some paperwork. But they were like that's work permits right away, and like even social support, government support right away. So they were made welcome, pretty much. And I remember they were everywhere all of a sudden on the train station and stuff. And now we're reaching, it goes down and down, and people now have sometimes problems with foreigners, like too many foreigners all the time, and think, oh, that's unfair. They get some money, I don't get nothing. I have to work. So, it's just like, it's all like that on purpose. Russia pushes like, like refugees through like Belarus to Europe. To make it a little more weaker and stuff and more crazy, and people go for it. And all the right wings are basically supported by the Kremlin.
Well, we spent hundreds of years being a colonialistic sort of globe, and so for people now to be having problems with foreigners, it's the ultimate in irony and stupidity, in my opinion. So it's bleak. Thank you for watching.
Why can't we all be hippies?
Right.
Yeah, right.
So who are some of the artists that worked on this album with, and what did they bring to it?
Yeah, I mean, everybody has this influence. I mean, some of the stuff is old, for like the thing with Hope Nichols. Remember Hope Nichols?
Mm-hmm.
from Pigface, but also
Yeah.
Sugar Smack and Fetching Bones.
Yeah.
And that's a recording that was like done over 20 years ago. She sent on a cassette to me when I lived in New York at that time, and she sent me that. I sent her a track, and she did that on top of it, some of it at least, and it was on a cassette. In the meanwhile, the track is a totally different one, so I used that vocals on a totally new track, so to speak.
Oh, that's
Because I like the vibe of her voice, and it was all done on the cassette, and then of course manipulated by me and stuff.
yeah.
That's crazy. So, and then, that's of course she wrote a lot of the lyrics, so it's a big influence.
Yeah.
With the first track that came out, Get Lost,
Get lost.
with
Yeah.
Vas Callas from Hansel and Gretel, what a mighty band, singing German, don't even know what they're saying basically, and don't know how good they actually are from a German perspective.
Yeah.
How funny I'm saying.
Yeah, you've got like 4 different languages on this album. Or 4 or 5? 4, something like that.
That's 4.
Yeah, that's fucking brilliant, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. The album is fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks for
Get
saying
Out
that.
is a gut punch of a track to open with. Absolutely. The album has a ferocious bite with tracks like that. And if you don't know me, and you can't judge me, and I'm so sick. And some really tender moments too. Eden is stunning, and the closing track, World of Deceit, is deeply emotional.
Eden is very good. Eden is underrated. A lot of
Yeah,
people
no,
think,
it's a oh,
but I know it's a Mona Moore cover. No?
yeah,
It's a great song. So,
yeah.
and it was
And
even in some some movies or some soundtrack of some movies, I guess, or like in Germany, I believe.
and
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I was so happy to do it because I heard that the first time. I was like, wow, it's so bombastic. I have to do that or something.
yeah,
And I sing
fans
like
are gonna
fucking
really
like
have
5 harmonies, whatever, like fucking crazy.
yeah, fans are gonna have a really good time with this. The world, what is it, Yum Yum and the Nasty Thief? That's gonna have some asses shaking. And then there's the absolutely fucking brilliant cover of Faith No More's Epic.
I concur.
That is
Yeah.
holy
That's
shit,
great.
that just
That is
kills.
great.
That kills, absolutely kills.
Yeah.
I was listening to it at first
actually,
going, why do I know this?
yeah, right. It's actually it's a great song. I mean,
It
it's
is a
just,
great song. Yeah.
it reminds me of the days when KMFDM played in Chicago, some festival or some big stadium, and it was very early on. We had played on a side stage or so. And I'm saying,
Yeah.
and I got almost electrocuted. There was like it was raining,
Yeah.
and there was like it was the crowning was wrong, and I was playing guitar, the yellow strut.
Oh no.
And then I had like getting close to the mic if you want to sing and play guitar in the same moment, then you have this earth problem. I'm saying, and there was this spark between the microphone and my mouth,
Yeah.
like 5 inches long already, you know. And so
Yeah.
every time you want to sing and play the guitar and have the guitar in your hands, you get like electric. It's fucking crazy, man. You know, and so it was, and then we had to figure it out on top of it, and it didn't go away really, and I had to fucking be like standing away from the mic and stuff. That was crazy. And it was raining, and then there was the day when that was like the good thing in the festivals like that. If you're in a band, you show up in a tour bus, if you have a tour bus. In that case, there was a tour bus, and then you have the tour bus after tour bus next to each other. It's like kind of like you have a little park or a little city, but the people themselves don't interfere too much. They're very actually arrogant coming out of the bus. Like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck. But it's kind of fun. So, and in that case, we arrived there with this bus, and we were parking next to the other bus, and there was like sound check and Face No More sound check. They played that in this festival, whatever the fuck it's like in 1995 or what the fuck.
Yeah.
And they played the song, and I was like, wow, my God, in the stadium, and they sounded great. Man. It's a cheesy and weird song, but I mean, I like the musical structure of it very much.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy.
For sure.
And my version is obviously trying to be different, and then I
You
almost had
did.
to
You
stay.
totally made it your own, man.
It's
Hey,
a reggae. It should
awesome.
be supposed to be reggae.
Yeah.
Hey, Esch,
What's up?
you mentioned about a guitar giving you electrocutions and everything like that. I just wanted you to see your guitar here. She's good. She's not giving me any electrocution.
That is a beautiful, beautiful piece. What is that?
That's
well,
like a one and only. It's a one and only self. It's like a custom made for me for a long time ago.
Pretty.
So,
So
and
pretty.
it's I kind of it's the good thing about it has a neck that goes all the way through. So it has a lot of sustain, but it's only one Seymour Duncan pickup. Has no whammy bar, but I think I can maybe put a whammy bar from Floyd Rose on it for the Les Paul. whatever,
Yeah.
is another story. But you know, it's a great guitar. It was in storage in Newark, New Jersey, and Mike here cleaned it up and built it up and fixed some wires
And then I played her on the record, and she sounds amazing. And I am carefully
Absolutely.
taking care of her here. And it's funny that you had mentioned a guitar that gives you electrical shocks and everything. But you have
Yeah.
guitars in various locations, so this one is
Yeah,
fine.
tell me about it. No, that's
She's
great.
fine.
That's totally correct. I have at Martin Atkins' house. I have a guitar.
Yeah.
That's yeah, like a Japanese made Strat. Simon Duncan also. Yeah, it's all cool. It's all cool. It's crazy. I have like at my parents' house even a guitar. Huh?
Yeah.
I like do rehearsal stuff. I mean, it's like the cheapest guitar I ever bought. But it was like a Strat for $50 something.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's like crazy like copy.
Yeah. I've got an old 80s Hondo bass. It's big,
Oh.
it's a monster, but it sounds freaking awesome. It weighs about 9 million pounds though. Play it with a silver dollar. It's
You should
fucking awesome.
probably have some pretty good forearms and everything like that, right?
Well,
You know?
when I'm playing it on a regular basis, yeah.
It's like quite unfair, it's quite unfair, Michael. You have to fucking fat studio mic, and I have the built-in mic from my poor laptop. No, what I said before, I put the old school in-ear Apple wired headset on, you know, the little cheesy one with the built-in microphone and the little
Yeah.
cable, you know. And it usually sounds very good.
Awesome.
There's a lot of people using that. And in my new laptop, it doesn't even work. It doesn't have enough output somehow. They changed some, you know, some ohm kind of stuff. Or kind of, I don't know. It's kind of weird. They figured that out, but it has to do with the four prong things probably.
Oh.
Probably they don't even support it anymore.
Hmm.
So
Back it up.
you're joining Pig for the Heroine of the Dam tour. May we expect an Esch tour at some point? Because you know people are really going to want to hear these live.
Yeah. That's the next step, you know. In the moment, it was. I didn't have enough time. I had too much to do, you know, and there's left stuff to do. So I will be an Esch tour, I believe, an Esch solo tour in 25. That would be ideal.
Right on.
So,
Right on, man. That is fucking awesome.
We're planning it in the hopes that things will work out. But again, it's the Pig tour hopefully will help with that because he'll be out with Pig, and then the audience will obviously see there's a new album out, and hopefully it'll be something for us to sort of piggyback off of later, if possible.
No pun intended.
Awesome.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, right.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy, man. It would be good. It would be good. I would. I want or I plan maybe have Erica Delange with me, and my friend Gabriel Lennox from Glasgow was also on the record a lot. This is from this band Serap Sin from Glasgow. That's crazy, man. And you know, yeah, I'm happy. I mean, it worked on that material. It was like. It took me some time to really finish it up because I'm good working, and then you know, but the final product needs a lot of fine tweaking and a lot of patience and time to do it kind of all right.
yeah. No, this album, I mean, so it was on pre-order, and you had one track available, the opening track, Get Out, and that's a very hard track. It's a very hard track.
I think so.
And yeah, I mean it is. It's got some bounce and some groove in it, but it was harder than I was expecting right out of the gate. And after listening to it a few times, because I did play it over and over and over, it was it's incredible.
It's
But
good. I think I play about
kind of morphs into your classic in Esch. It's welcome back, man. Welcome back.
Yeah, sure. It is what it is. That means it has to be. I always was bored to have like a record where every song sounds about the same, you know, like my colleagues do.
Yeah.
But I mean, so I want to rather be something different, and
yeah.
And I have a favor for this reggae stuff, so they can hear that sometimes. So would even do that a little more extreme. I'm saying, when they really go slow. I was like, oh, This is so crazy, man. And it's also danceable, and it's also in that case
It
it's
is
even dance
very much
hall-ish,
so.
if you like,
Yeah,
then, but
Yum
it's
Yum and the Nasty
and
Thief.
spilled then spilled together dance hall.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's fucking great. So how did you and Michael get together?
Well, yeah, Michael was the Slick Idiot drummer in the first tour of Slick Idiot, and even like the first attempts of Slick Idiot live and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. That was good, and he did good. I mean, he was singing with me, and he was, and Melanie was there, and Gunther Schulz played guitar, and the computer was running back then, like old school Power Mac stuff, and um, that was good. We did good, I guess.
Yeah. We're
We
seeing a lot of familiar names on this record too. People you've worked with in the past. It's fucking beautiful. So hey, Gunter, back on here and just kicking ass.
Yeah, I mean, I sent him a file and or like a session, and he played on top of it, and then I had to edit it, of course. But I mean, no, it's great. Gunther is always a fun guy.
It's
Like
like
I always
family
say,
getting back
Gunther is a
together.
funny guy. I always say that.
Yeah. Oh, right on.
No, he's great. Gunther is a great player, and he's like he's doing a lot of teaching, I believe. No, he's lives in Vancouver, so I mean, doing pretty good. Could go more out live, but the fucking so.
And Esch, Charles Levi regales us with tales of your friendship and times together on tour. He loves you a lot, man. Do you have any special memories you'd like to share about Levi?
Yeah, there's maybe doesn't it's just fun, He was if you have a tour bus, you have a front lounge and you have a back lounge, and if you have like let me say at a certain point there was a big fest tour, we had like 15 people on a bus. So there's like longer versions where we have maybe 3 extra bunks somewhere. It's just funny. Levi is he's like almost like a mother to me. Like he's kind of sit in the front lounge and you always write on your little box you put into the fridge when you have some leftovers and put your name on and say like fuck off, because Levi will come and will eat it. I mean, it was kind of interesting. He was about a very calm way doing it. I'm saying this is. And also, I liked him playing, kind of computer games like kind of ice hockey or whatever the fuck it was. We call it ice hockey. You call it hockey, of course.
Yeah.
We call it ice hockey because it's ice hockey, and hockey is the field hockey with the stick in a way.
Right, right.
Yeah, that was fun. That was also front launch was Charles's. He was all over the place, but his front launch especially is like entrance halls, And there was other stories. I can't go further. He was like always a beloved man, and the woman loved him, and so there was always some action. He's a good kid, kind of say. And we went through a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
And if you're once on tour with someone and you're on a bus together or like whatever, in a van together, then you develop kind of a family affair, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's obvious you guys like get along real well. So yeah. So Esch, what is your earliest memory of music having a visceral effect on you?
Earliest memory of music in general, I mean. Yeah, I believe my aunt lived in Paris. I was in Germany with my parents, but my aunt, like a younger sister of my mother, she lived in Paris. Brought sometimes some weird records. That was like so even very old school rock and roll stuff, like Satchmo, this kind of jazz, and
nice.
this. And I remember also what I liked. There was a record that was like running on some weird speed. Like there was like a very small vinyl, and there was like Miller, this orchestra dude, was from like the 30s or so. Glenn Miller, and I was thinking this stuff. I was like, wow, my God, that was when there was recorded with some weird 2 mics or whatever. It was back then. There was the 30s. They had like 3, 4 mics or so, and it sounds crazy, man. Stuff like that. And so it goes back, And I started. My mother always tells me I started drumming when I was 2 years old. So I was sitting on my mom's lap, and I was like, boom, drummed on the table,
Awesome.
like this something. And then, yeah, that's when it started. And all of a sudden, I didn't stop anymore. So I became a drummer, obviously.
Yeah.
I first band with 14. That was not a very good band, but that was great.
Yeah.
And Esch is a phenomenal drummer. If none of you have seen him play a kit,
I
he's
haven't seen him
really
play.
good.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
really good.
I'm gonna want to see him play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael,
Yeah,
same
yeah.
question, man.
For me, it's funny because I remember when I was a kid. I mean, my mom used to have parties in her apartment. There's a long story about that for another time, but she used to have parties in her apartment in the 70s, and I remember waking up many times, you know, in the middle of the night or middle of the morning, I should say, in the middle of a party, behind the DJ booth, watching a DJ, you know, spin records, and I would see the records spinning. And I've always been, you know, there's so many songs from the 70s that just sort of like are just part of my DNA
Yeah.
because of that. And you know, as far as drumming, I have a similar situation with Nick. I mean, I was drumming on anything everywhere. I mean, for as far back as I could remember. And then I just got really into air drumming and listening to so many records and just sort of sitting in a room and air drumming, and then and trying to figure out how to do these things. I never had a kit before until I was a teenager. Then I started really just going ape shit with it. But um for the longest time, I was just, you know, air drumming on anything just to figure out the rudiments and everything. I'm still not that great of a drummer, I don't think, but like I make it work. But
You damn sure do.
it's been there. It's been there my whole life, and then I just picked up every other instrument as I've gone along, so as necessary. So music's always been a thing for me.
He's a pretty good drummer. Don't underrate yourself. I'm saying. I mean, you obviously you show musicality, I believe. But,
Yeah, I
I mean,
do.
I saw him playing bass in New York.
Oh yeah,
With the what's his name from Seattle.
Gordon Raphael from the Strokes, the producer of the Strokes. He had a band called
Wow.
what was the name of it? What was the name of that band?
I have no idea.
Absinthe or something like that?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Absinthe, yeah, something like that. They're in New York, and that's where Anesh and I met again. I met him in the 90s when I was working for Wax Trax TVT when they were doing the Symbols record. And I was there working a couple of the records, but then I finally met them on that tour. And
Really?
you know, I just hung out with them backstage for a little while and you know, just doing my job and you know, just doing that stuff. And then I came to New York and was friends with Gordon, and then I ended up showing up at Gordon's studio, and you know,
He produced the Strokes in some weird basement on Avenue A, you know.
Yeah.
Like underneath the
That's a great band,
supermarket.
too.
So
Yeah,
Esch
it was literally a basement, like with the whole
Yeah.
like, whoa, and it was like not. I mean, back then we had like whatever worked on Logic on the G4 or something like that.
yeah. So and Esch was there, and then so I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but we met in the mid 90s, and he's like, I don't think so. So we ended up becoming friends, and you know, I ended up playing with Slick Idiot with him, and I've been sort of trying to help out here and there on and off for years, and I'm glad to sort of be helping on this record. This record is really amazing. I mean,
Yes.
you mentioned Eden and a few of the other tracks on there. I mean, Eden's beautiful, and then World of Deceit. I gotta say, I mean, I cannot listen to that song without tearing up at some point.
I totally did too. I totally did too. Yeah,
by
no,
the-
it's right in the feels, man.
By the
It's
time I get to the end of that song, I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. What I tried to explain to you before, but you actually didn't get the point, I guess. That I used on the song is based on that Bluetooth speaker. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yep.
yeah,
You know, it is, and then Mike told me he has a radio that goes the same. You know what I'm saying? You know,
It's the stand. Yeah, there you go.
it was on and off. You know.
yeah.
And so this to say this, I mean, I edited it really a tiny hair to get it on a certain groove, but basically I used that same rhythm, and that's how the song started. So actually, originally the song had no harmonies. It was only me singing, and this major chord. Yeah, it's crazy. So and that's how the whole thing developed now. And it's good. It has a lot of dynamics, so it's easier to work on the song that is empty. You know, then I usually have too many tracks.
Yeah.
It's not always good, but you know, I have to get smaller in my numbers of tracks. Yes. And there's a song like that that has less tracks, and it has like more air, and you can be more brutal at a certain point, but then because you know everything else kind of like in between. Like my friend in Germany always says, the theater is full.
That's a good one. It's a good way to look at it. Yeah, no, from start to finish, it is absolutely perfectly set up. It's
Cool, man.
going back to like, you know, old records where there was a theme that ran through it. And
Sure,
this
sure.
isn't meant for, as far as I'm concerned, it's not meant for like, you know, Spotify where you just, oh, I just want this one song. I mean, you really need the whole fucking thing. And
Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. That's
yeah.
good to hear.
And Alan Yeager for your artwork. Holy shit. Yeah, good stuff. Do you have any words of wisdom for the younger generations coming into the world of creative anarchy?
Say it one more time.
Do you have any words of wisdom for the younger generations coming into the world of creative anarchy, making music, making art, fighting the
Sure,
system?
sure.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing you always can say about that is that we are all the same idiots, basically. But you know, the difference is that everybody has a little talent of something. It could be all kinds of things, but in my case, it was a little rhythmical and musical talent, maybe. But
Yeah.
the catch is to keep going. You know, the continuous flow, the continuous thing, the consciousness of being an artist makes you continue. Otherwise, you think, oh, it's my hobby. I don't care. I have nothing else to do. But obviously, it seems like in my book, it seems like I will always do something. There's no doubt about it because I already used to it, and I will continue that. So to do another record, and this time I will be really like what I said before. This is the first record of a group of 6 records, the dance hall put. So it will be. It will be like a group of 6 records, and this is the first one.
Oh,
So so that also means I gathered a lot of material during COVID and you know this kind of stuff, and there's a lot of material is there.
yeah.
So when I want to continue that and just put a record out every year, not waiting like another 7 years or whatever it's like it was.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
5 more to go. 5 more to go.
5 more to go. Yeah. So is there
Yeah,
anything else you
exactly.
guys would like to talk about today? We were getting close up on the 30-minute cap here.
Yeah, it's I only can say that I'm looking forward to play a tour, a hefty tour. It's you know the drives are a little pretty hefty in a way, and yeah, it's good to play with Pig again and have a chance to be back in the US and you know and show my ass and and it's good, man. And I'm happy that people really love the stuff still, or when you go to the shows and you know it's just amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've got my VIP passes. I'm looking forward to you getting back to Seattle. So it's gonna be good to see you again.
I'm hoping that we'll
Oh.
have vinyls available by the time you guys get out on the road. Well, no, not. But the audience will have vinyls available, hopefully, in the merch area or something like that. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
that's a discussion. So
I think
that'll be cool.
I think the vinyl will be rather. I think the vinyl will be rather released.
Or maybe it's later. Is it
November
later?
27th or something like that?
Oh,
it will
okay.
Be, it will be a little after tour. The vinyl is the craziest thing about the vinyl is that I edited the songs. I mean, I made them edited them shorter. So I made like kind of out of every song kind
vinyl
of
edit
a
and a CD edit?
single version
Yeah.
on the vinyl to you know to fight the length thing and I did it because it sounds very kind of fun to do that on purpose and create new versions basically, single versions of every song basically. I mean, as much as you can do that. So you know, there's certain songs. I guess Yummy and Beauty was like 8 minutes 50, 8 minutes 50 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I guess I got like 2.5 minutes out of it. I mean, on extra material, I just cut off. That's crazy. That's really crazy, and it's not easy. You know, sometimes you know you have to really you know make it work somehow. You know, with things you whatever. It's just crazy. So that's good. Yeah, the vinyl will be out, and the CD will be out on September 27th.
Okay, yeah.
September
Sorry, that
27th,
was
yeah.
yeah. So the CDs will be available. So
Yeah, the
hopefully.
CDs will be available. We're gonna wait a little bit longer for the vinyl. I ordered the vinyl CD package bundle, so
Ooh,
I am, oh man, yeah. I am
that's
so
good.
excited
Thank
to get
you.
that on
Thank
my
you.
turntable. I really am.
Do people have CD players still?
I
Everybody
have
has.
I have the thing for my computer so that I can download it onto there, put it on my phone, and then I'm sick. I've got a huge vinyl collection, and everything that I have on vinyl, I also have on CD.
Yeah, I'm always amazed by how everybody is just rediscovering old formats again.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
I keep saying I cannot wait until people rediscover 8-track.
I know, right? The only thing I don't miss about those things was the when they had to change chapter to chapter to go to
It
each different
was,
track.
I guess we reached that point already like 2 years ago. So there was some people doing that.
Yeah, somebody did do an 8-track on Bandcamp. Yeah.
On other, what's the other format?
Real
MD, mini disc.
MP3 or mini disc.
And that's like, there
those
was
were
even
fun.
times people went on stage with that stuff. They put their music on the like, mini disc and played on top of it.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Esch, Michael, we cannot thank you guys enough for being here today. It means quite a bit to us. So thank you guys very, very much.
Thank you. Thanks,
Great.
Thank you
thanks
guys.
for having us.
Of course. And thanks to Give Take and Cocaine Opera for their support of artists like you and shows like this.
Yeah.
Kiddos, you can find Dancehall Push available on vinyl, CD, bundle, CD, and digital from Give Take on Bandcamp. Go do it. The pre-orders are available now, and it comes out September 27th. We reached the end of our show, dedicated as always to Jason Lupo and today as well to Charles Levi. We will thank you for your love and support. We changed the world, gang. One song, one painting, one person at a time. Never forget that power. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. Love hugs, belly rubs. Cheers, gentlemen.
Yes.